Friends, welcome back. This is Emmanuel Mendu. In this video, I will show you how to use checkbox list in a Razor Pages. Okay. So in my previous video, I explained you how to use a text box, how to use a single checkbox. Now I will tell you, I'll show you how to use multiple checkbox. Okay. So let's create a new project, Razor Pages. So form fields. Checkbox list, I can say. Okay, so let's create on whatever the framework you have from .NET to 6 8, maybe in future it will see 9. Okay, so I directly jump onto the index page here. So in the index page, so let me create a form tag. So form tag, as usual, we need a button to get the data into the .cs. So on the form tag, I'll be creating. So first I will show you a static input checkbox list. So static, what I mean by static means like you directly add input controls on the HTML. So for the um, multiple checkbox, we need multiple input fields, right? So that's the reason I will say I will choose three checkboxes in a single list. So for that I need to name it. So gender, or you can name it anything, but the three checkbox list should have same name. So that way that will that will be in one collection. Okay. So gender, I will say value. You can put any some value, whatever you want, a random number also fine, 1 2 3 also fine. So for now what I will show for a demo purpose, I'll use 479 like that, or 478, it's a random number. So for you can name it anything, so I will say, because I'm using gender, so I'll use female, male, do not disclose or do not say. Okay, so I'll use a breakpoint for a submit button for just a display purpose. So let's go and run it. So I did not write anything on .cs, but I just want to see how it displays on the UI. So it displays good. I can check each box. Okay. So now let me go back to the code and write something in the .NET in .cs code. Okay. Let's go to the V code. So we have on get in my, or as my previous videos, I will create a so on post handler, and I action result. So I will return to the same page. So you can have validations. So I'll show you how to use validation on every input control in future videos. um, so when you go back in the form tag, make sure you have a method post. So that way when you hit on the button, so this whatever the selected values will be um, retrieved here. So on post I will be using a string array of gender. So that is what we named the checkbox. You can just add that one. So now so now the code is ready. Let's see whatever the checkbox you selected, it is coming to the gender array. Let's see. Okay. So once you run it, and let's try to check one of the checkbox and click submit. So the breakpoint hit here. Now you see a gender has one item in the array. and that is 4. So that is a value of mail. Okay, mail item. So let me rerun the rerun it, and I will let me select mail and do not say something like that. So now when you submit, so when it hit the .cs, it says 4 and 8. Okay, in between we have 7, right? Which is not, I did not select it. So yeah, this is how, so you can do whatever you want with this, to save it in the database on, or you can use for other purposes. So now so this is a static like I added on this, but you can have a for each with the collection coming from the .cs. So let me create one list. So here I will be using select list item. So I will create a collection of let me create 1 minute. So I did not prepare this one, the list, but I will add it now. So here is a list items. So whatever gender we added. So let me add select list item. So for first I will add mail. So for the selected list item, so this needs text and value. So first text will be mail, and our value should be as per our example. I'll use 4 as usual. Okay, so let me close this one here. and we need and we need couple of two more, right? So let me add one more and one more. So instead of male I will say female, and here do not say 4 7. Okay, so now we got the list. I want to access this list into the UI, so we can use view data. So to retrieve, um, let's have the list accessed by view data. So let's go to the or CSS HTML, and here you can retrieve the view data by let me have a syntax here. So I will add a var maybe list or collection. You can say anything like whatever you want. So let me copy the name properly. So we have the view data in the list format. So you can say as list of select list item. Okay. So your collection from the .cs is in the call. So now what you do, like you have um, for each of the collection, you can say item, sorry, where item in call. So basically you can do here two list again, but you do not need. Now what I will do, I'll copy the whole um, thing here. Maybe I'll copy the mail also. So here what it is doing, it's trying to repeat the same um, same input tag multiple times, whatever the items you have. Okay, just think about that way. So now I will leave the gender as is, and here the value I'm getting from the .cs, right? So now I will go and remove the 4, and you say item dot. So when you click on dot, you will see value. Okay, and that the text is coming from text. So item dot text. So now just let's go and run the project and see. So let's see what how it displays and how it is getting. So the display purpose, the static or not static, is looks same because we are using same values. Let me select and submit. Now if you go to the gender, you see the same thing like however you did for the static. Okay, so let me go and show you how to use as a property and bind through the model, so that way you can you can have more better way to handle. Instead of view data, you can directly retrieve or do the for each loop with the model only. So I will comment the whole thing here. Let me remove this part and I will let me create a property, bind property. Okay, so here the bind property, we need a list of select item, list item. So model list, or you can say anything, or um, lists. Okay, so let's see what is happening. Oh, so I forgot the this one. Okay, so I created the list. Now for from our example below, maybe let's use the same values. Um, Sorry about that one. Let me remove this. Okay, I'm using the same values what I have here. Let me add a bind property. Okay, so in this now what will happen, instead of view data, let me have, I can retrieve the list through the model. So let's go back to our list. So let me comment this line. Instead of call directly, I will say at model dot list. So what happened now, instead of you retrieving from the view data, because when you use this way you may have a spelling mistake or syntax error, something like that. You need to know the type, everything. So instead I directly um, pulled from the model. Okay, let me rerun the project now and see how this changes on a behavior point of view. So let me select one or two checkboxes and submit. So when you go back to gender, you see the values, and if you go to the list, you do not have anything. So um, in order to get um, the values in the list, so you can have directly the model onto that one. Let me show you how to do that one. So in order to do that, let me create another property here. Okay, so here now I'll say list of integers. So I just need IDs in the property. So I'll say um, selected IDs. I just need selected IDs. So in order to do that, so instead of gender, what I will do, I'll go and say name it as a selected IDs. It's a similar, same to that gender, but I'm going with the property now. So when I run it, so when you select, so now when you go back to the property and you will see, so it says null. Let me see what I do mistake. So okay, I forgot to add a bind property. So that that is a missing piece. Let me add the bind property, and like when you add and check a couple of things and go to the selected IDs, now you see 4 and 7. So that way you can have a property level um, one ID, one field, so that you can retrieve the data. So like this, you can have multiple checkbox list in the same form, and you can have different properties, different collection, everything. So this is how to use checkbox list in a Razor base and how to retrieve the data. I hope you understand the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.